Whaatwaa family, welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy Mr. Whaatwaa. Today, hey yo, skirt, man, check this out. Yo, we got a video today. It's called the 5 differences between the Roman Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it now. Remember, this is your first time on the channel. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe and join the Whaatwaa family. We the latest family on YouTube, and that's a fact. Also, before we get started, put a like on this video. Remember, if you got a video you want me to react to, get down in the comment section, post the link, and I will get to it, man. Let's go ahead and get into this reaction.
Probably the biggest and most obvious difference between the Orthodox Church and the Roman Catholic Church is that the Orthodox Church doesn't have a Pope figure. So for Roman Catholics, the Pope is not only supreme, that is to say he has immediate jurisdiction in every church in the whole world, but he is also infallible under certain circumstances. The Orthodox Church doesn't agree with either one of those doctrines. We don't see any one bishop as being supreme throughout the whole world, nor do we see any of them as being preserved by God infallibly when they speak on faith and morals. We have essentially a college of bishops, and they make decisions together, and they typically will have a patriarch or a primate with another title maybe, who presides at their meetings, but is not the absolute ruler of them all. So for us, all bishops are fundamentally equal. Even if some might have a little bit more positional authority than others, none of them has this kind of theological place that the Pope does for the Roman Catholic Church. For the Orthodox, kids, our children, are fully included. Roman Catholic children are baptized, but they can't fully participate until later on, depending on what it is you're talking about, whether it's communion or confirmation. Whereas Orthodox Christian babies are fully engaged in the whole life of the congregation sacramentally, and children grow up having received communion from their earliest memories because they literally are being communed as babies. The Roman Catholic teaching about purgatory, and then also the system of indulgences, the Orthodox do not believe in any of that. We don't believe that there is this kind of stopover place where we have to wait and to suffer to have all of the temporal consequences of sin wiped away and paid for. So purgatory and indulgences are simply not part of Orthodox Christian life at all. Not only the Second Vatican Council in the 1960s, but then there was this big liturgical revision. There was a big change in the normal worship life of your average Catholic. The Mass was totally changed, and a lot of other things were changed in the worship life as well. But for the Orthodox Church, we never have experienced anything like that. Certainly, both East and West experienced liturgical change over the centuries, but typically those changes were very slow, and if there were reforms, they were nothing anywhere near as major as what Catholics experienced in the late 60s and the early 70s. So what was the normal Catholic life prior to the 1960s is no longer the normal Catholic life after this period. But for the Orthodox Christian, there's very, very little difference. The question is, for each of us, is really just sort of how much we actually participate in what is the normal Orthodox Christian life. It used to be that Roman Catholics had a moderately rigorous fasting tradition. Now, largely speaking, the only obligation for most Catholics is that you don't eat meat on Fridays during Lent only. For the Orthodox Christian who's really following what's expected of us, we end up fasting almost half the days of the year. That doesn't mean that all Orthodox Christians are that good at fasting. Some are pretty good at it and some are not so good at it. But nonetheless, the expectations have really not changed very much at all for the Orthodox. Throughout history, we can see some adjustments here and there. But there was a big change in the 20th century for Catholics where fasting was almost completely set aside. So what you're experiencing in day-to-day life as a Catholic changed significantly in terms of what you are expected to eat or not to eat. Whereas for the Orthodox, we've never really had that big change.
Okay, wow. So those were the 5 differences. All right, yo, Whaatwaa family, get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Also, there's this article I'm reading right now. It was saying something about the differences, right? So it says, while Roman Catholics tend to use statuses to represent the saints, the Orthodox Church has a rich iconographic or pictorial tradition in a Roman Catholic Church. Unleavened bread made without yeast is used in church rituals, while leavened bread is employed by the Orthodox Church. So basically, when they're talking about these differences, right? When they're talking about these differences, you have a Roman Catholic and you have an Orthodox, Orthodox as far as like a Orthodox church, right? So both of them are Western, right? Both of them are Western, and you got Eastern. Western and Eastern. The biggest difference between the two of the status is the Roman Catholic rope, right? The Roman Catholic rope, and then also as far as them being able to look at the Pope, right? The Pope in one way, which is the Roman Catholic side, being able to look at the Pope and having the Pope figure. So that's the biggest difference I've seen as far as Orthodox not really having a Pope in, necessarily as far as that way. So other than that, Whaatwaa family, get down in the comment section, let me know what you guys think. It's your boy Mr. Whaatwaa. If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and join the Whaatwaa family. Guys, I will see you tomorrow. Why? Because I post videos every day. Make sure you put a like before you leave. And guys, take care. Mwah! Stay safe. Whaatwaa!